So, where do you think you're going? Oh, he's running for a hug from somebody else. That's fine. Hug whoever you want. It's fine. All right. So I'm going to imagine that if you're in a theater right now, one of the 650 theaters, some of these people probably do not need a lot of an introduction. You probably know who Shailene is. You probably know who Ned is. You probably know who Ansel is. You might even know who John Green is down there, responsible for turning entire forests into Kleenex. Is that guy. We have the director of the film next to him, Josh Boone, and then the producer, the guy that watches all the money, Wick Godfrey, right down here. Now, this is going to be a Q&A, and I get one question, so I get to go first. And I'm going to address this one mostly towards the filmmakers and towards John. So John, Josh, and Wick. Here's the deal. You're taking a book that is, let's face it, beloved, a very internal story, very internal kind of narrative. Can you talk a little bit about just the experience of getting that to leap from the page to the screen?
I mean, I think the first thing you do is, we all fell in love with the book, just as everyone who's read the book has. And first and foremost, it's a love story and two wonderful characters. And ultimately, you just want to honor that. You want to tell the story cinematically. And so we hired great screenwriters, Mike Weber and Scott Neustadter, to adapt John's book. And at that point, I get to hand it over to Josh Boone. We hired a director whose first movie we all loved, and he really, brought it to life.
Josh, did you lit the novelist on the set?
I did. I like novels.
And how did that? You guys are still sitting next to each other, so I'm guessing that worked out.
Yeah, we made it through. And if anything,
somebody else chose the order of this line.
I'm just so grateful to Josh, and it started with Wick and his co-producer Isaac believing in the story and not wanting to Hollywoodize the story unnecessarily, wanting to tell a story in which the female romantic lead has a nasal cannula, and then that carried through to Josh. Josh cared so much about the book, and I think the story mattered to him. You'd lost a friend not long before you started filming it, and I think you feel that. You feel that in the movie you made.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my closest friends died of cancer shortly before I made my first movie, and when I read John's book, it was the first time that I was really able to deal with that when I was making my first movie, and it was just a really helpful book to me, and I just wanted the movie to feel like what I felt when I read it for the first time, and we did that with actors and music and sound and color and all that.
Excellent. So the real heart of this event is, of course, taking questions from the fans, and we're going to do that first right here in the theater in Atlanta. We've got some folks lined up that have some questions. I'm trying to get a light up there. All right, who do we have first? What's your name, ma'am?
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I'm from Atlanta.
Hi, who's your question for? Go ahead.
My question's for the entire cast. In what ways do you connect to your character, and what was the hardest part in playing your character?
Can I answer that first as girl's father? So later this evening, you're going to see me in my role that was cut from the movie unjustly, girl's father, and as you'll see, my performance is amazing. I related to girl's father because I am myself a father of a girl, so that was a point of connection for us. And then secondarily, we're both sort of like schlubby, middle-aged guys, which is a thing that I could relate to.
Schlubby.
Go on.
Sexy.
Come on.
Yeah, we're both smoking hot middle-aged guys, which is another thing I can relate to. And but now you guys.
Actually, that probably wrapped up the entire thing.
I assume that's what you were asking about.
Of course.
We all looked to John for inspiration.
But seriously, is there? Well, what is there about that question? You've got to think about that when you're doing a movie like this, when you're playing these roles.
Yeah, every character I ever play, I always want to find parts of myself that I can relate to the character so that he can be as real as possible. But at the same time, I don't want the character to just be myself because I am not Gus. And Gus is such a particular person and someone that everyone has fallen in love with through the book. And someone that I fell in love with when I read the book as well. And I really wanted to make sure that, yes, there are parts of me that I put into him, but there are also parts of him that isn't me. The parts of me that are Gus, I'd say, I'm also a goofy guy a lot of the time. I don't take myself too seriously. That would be, I think, a big attribute that was important in terms of bringing Gus to life, because I think if Gus was too serious and just like a cool pretty boy, he'd be really boring and the movie wouldn't really work.
Anybody else want to throw in on this one? Matt.
Yeah, I mean, I like that all these characters use different methods to deal with their pain, and I like that my character used humor to deal with his pain, and that's something that I definitely use in real life, for sure.
Your eyes are actually quite pretty, by the way. This is probably the most tweet-worthy movie of the year, so it only makes sense that we actually go to Twitter for a couple of questions. And we've already got one, which is to John Green. Do you plan to write any other books soon?
Well, I don't have another job, really. I mean, I have a bunch of other jobs making YouTube videos, but they don't pay.
Unless you're a cat walking on a piano.
Right, yeah. So I'm going to, I will write another book. I hope to, I mean, this has been really fun. It's kind of hard to write while you're doing this. This is like the opposite of writing. So I'm really looking forward to getting home and starting again. And yes, hopefully soon. I'm really going to try.
And maybe negotiate the movie deal before you actually write the book.
Oh, yeah. Even when there's no plot. I'm just going to tell Wick I have a book, and Wick will be like, cool.
I'm in.
And how many points do you want in the box office? Just go ahead and tell.
And Shay's in. Shay, I can get Shay easy, yeah.
Well, we're going to make the deal right here. Let's take another one from the theater. What's your name, ma'am?
Hi, I'm Tori, and I'm from Snellville.
Hi.
And my question's for the entire cast, and it was, what was the best mistake someone made while filming?
John, let's have somebody else go first this time. All right, who wants to jump in on that? Ansel, maybe.
Well, I think that one scene that we definitely made a lot of mistakes doing was the egg throwing scene. It was a pretty messy day. No pun intended.
$30,000 mistake that you guys made.
Yeah, that was a great one. Someone, like an egg ended up hitting the corner of the door, which is a great moment because it's like it really gets close to Monica's mom, and it goes inside the egg actually ended up splattering inside the house and like going all over the person's house, like rugs and paintings, and yeah, like Picassos were in there and stuff. We got egg all over them. So like it ended up costing us millions of dollars, but it didn't. There were no Picassos in there. I'm just kidding.
She was really excited to let us use her house until that happened.
Yeah, but that moment is so funny, and then like there are other moments where.
My favorite moment, Shay, was the bee. Remember the bee?
Oh my God, I forgot about it. Sorry, I just could not stop. You were amazing, Birdie, and I can't stop crying. This is so emotional.
Who the hell can?
I have like snot all over my nose.
She was so cute. She had her head just inside the door so she could hear.
Oh my God, there's glitter.
Yeah, Shay was listening like with her head inside the door and crying. And also, it's also worth noting that this is
huge.
This is a wonderful beginning for us. Like we're so proud to share this movie with you. But it's also kind of a very now I'm going to cry. Yeah. It's also a very sad moment for us because we're all so close and we love each other so much. And this is an ending for us of getting to be together doing this. And so it's